Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Hello, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hello, gentlemen.
How are you?
Quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of an issue getting in the
Yeah.
neighborhood
We
today.
mentioned this last week. For some reason, Franklin is redoing Franklin Road.
Yeah, because it totally didn't need that.
I mean, I was telling Isis, like, if you asked me to rank the roads on my way over here, like which ones, are holding up, which ones
Yeah.
need, this would be the last one. Like, it just seemed fine, but I
Yeah,
guess they needed to put tax dollars somewhere, so.
Well, what's it been? 2 years now? 2 summers that they've been redoing all the roads in Franklin, like the neighborhood. Remember
I have
that
no
last
idea.
year? Mine. I think they've done literally every street now in the neighborhoods.
So they want the asphalt to match.
I guess, but yeah, dude, that
Looks weird having old asphalt and new asphalt.
does it?
No.
No. And
It's
Franklin
fine.
Road,
Franklin Road was fine.
I think my road was fine, my street. But, I remember them sending a letter like, yeah, we're going to be in your area sometime next week
Yeah.
doing your road, so don't park on the street, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, bonus for you guys here in Franklin, because you
Yeah.
have some nice skateboardable roads.
Yes, that's right. But you got stuck. You and
Yeah.
Isis have both had trouble. Like, I get a text like, can't get to the house,
Yeah,
dude.
you literally can't. You just sit there
And so what do they got? Just a big fucking truck out there that's blocking the road?
well, you can't get down 13 because they've just got people there with the stick. Stop.
Stop, yeah.
They get real mad, by the way.
Yeah,
when
if
I'm
you
like,
try to engage
so I
them.
can't
Yeah.
go this way.
Go.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. There was no sign saying yesterday, hey, start. Because usually they say
Yeah.
starting this date. There's
That'd be
going to be
nice, wouldn't it?
It's a
Right.
nice touch, sure.
Would be nice.
Do you wave at
gesture.
those people?
I usually
the
do.
sign holders.
It's funny because as I was sitting during my delay today, I thought about that as I saw people coming the other way.
Yeah.
I'm on the stop, and so the southbound is coming, and I noticed how many people do wave to our sign holder.
Yeah.
And she wasn't waving back, so I'm like,
Really?
fuck this.
Wow,
Not
that's.
expending the energy.
I usually wave. Like thank you for doing this job out here. And usually I'll get a nod back.
Yeah. This
thumbs up. But
Chick wanted none of it.
really, and it's probably
So
the
I gave
same
her
chick.
none of it.
She's out here a lot. I think I've seen it. If it's the same one,
She's
multiple
probably
times.
taken a beating in her defense from Franklinites.
Oh,
Because I had a guy even
Yeah.
sitting and waiting today. The guy directly behind me threw it in park, got out, and went up and let
Engaged.
her
Are
have
you
it.
serious?
Yes, really.
What does he think
I
he's
know,
going to do?
I know.
And who
Well,
does he
he's
think
better than her.
Pointing, he's pointing at his watch. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
well, he's better than her, right?
Yeah.
He's a Franklinite, so
course.
he doesn't have to put up with this shit. Who is
is
she to tell
absurd.
him to stop when he's got places to be, guys? You know
Yeah.
that. It
And
is
if
a
he,
little
if he
weird,
wants
though.
to make the argument that the road was fine before they ripped it up, then hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I think that his argument is with her superior, though, and not the
But I know,
person
it's just
holding
like,
the stop sign.
I'm just getting paid like $8 an hour to hold a
Yeah.
stop sign guy.
Yep.
Please get back in your vehicle.
Talk
She's
to your
one of those.
congressman.
She's one of those that if you hit her and kill her on the road, it costs fines
$7,500, right?
doubled, right? I mean, she's an expensive hit.
Yeah.
Fines are doubled. You're right when you hit these people.
So what?
From the normal fine from hitting a person, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not encouraging you to do it, but I'm just saying I think the fines are doubled. So if you're going to be reckless out there, you don't want to hit one of those orange vest
Yeah.
sign holders. I mean, it'll cost you. It's expensive. It's an expensive manslaughter charge. It really is.
But it was a beautiful day for a drive, so,
Yeah, finally,
yeah,
the weather's turned for us. I like it.
beautiful.
Have they started laying the asphalt? By the way, is it going to be over soon? Because
Yeah,
once
they-
it starts going, it goes pretty quick.
They have one lane, yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, hopefully it gets taken care of sooner than later. I apologize, guys, for all the effort. You're just sitting in your car for a fucking hour waiting to get down the street. Oh, what a nightmare. I'm in a pretty good mood as well. My Niners did well yesterday.
Wow.
Dropped a 51 spot on Carolina. Huh?
Off to a nice little start, aren't
Hell
they?
yeah.
7-0?
7-0 now.
Wow.
Yeah. Impressive. The damn fucking Packers won. Ugh. Bears missed a field goal. 40-yarder to
Yeah, I
lose
saw
by
that.
one. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Just reminds every time I see the Bears shank a field goal, I just think of Cody Parkey. And that, fuck you, Cody.
Oh,
It's like they still haven't worked out their kicker issues.
Yeah.
You know?
The
It's
one
just
thing you can
bummer,
say as a
man.
Lions fan, at least you've had good kickers,
Troy and I were saying that
That's
during
30
the game.
years or so. Like, how frustrating would that be if they were as inept as they are, plus you're missing those 3 kicks a game?
That was like all we had for the longest time. It's like, well, my kicker's good. You go back to Eddie Murray. And then Jason Hansen for 22 years or something.
Yeah.
And now Prater. And you're right, Jay, because as a Niners fan, they went through a stretch they couldn't buy a kicker,
Yeah, it's
no
tough.
matter. And it's like, dude, the game is so much worse when you got a guy that you can't count on to bang a 30-yard field goal
Yeah.
with any sort of consistency. It's like, oh my God, this team just blows. And they tried everything. These teams, I think the Bears brought in like 11 kickers in the offseason or 9 kickers. And I remember the Niners years doing that. And they just get spoiled when it's like, Prater, 58-yarder, count it, no problem.
Yeah.
And the Niners with Gold now.
Remember when
the
Sue
Bears
kicked the
let
field
go.
goal and
Oh
missed?
yeah, was that an extra point or a field?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember, but he missed, right? That was
I think he did.
yeah.
Who'd you say?
Sue.
Sue.
Oh my God!
Sue
Yeah.
Remember
kicked
that?
the
Extra
field
point.
goal.
Yeah.
What was that for?
I
Did our
don't
kicker
even
get
know.
injured, or did he just want to do it or something?
I don't remember.
It was
was
under
a-
Schwartz. I do remember that.
Ugh.
Yeah, there was a story there. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, the World Series tied up at 2 games apiece.
Thought Houston went ahead 3-2. No.
Oh, I thought they tied it up 2-2.
It was
No?
2-2 last night.
Yeah. I
Go
thought
Oh, it
ahead.
was?
Houston
Yeah.
won last night to put it at
Yeah.
3-2.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, Mike.
Oh shit!
Changes everything, doesn't it?
It sure does.
We're one
Wait,
game
I
away
thought-
from winning.
I thought that was the
It's 3-2.
I didn't watch much of it.
I guess not.
I'll be honest with you. I could have sworn it was 2-1, and then last night made it 2-2. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Houston's got
See-
3 in a row.
The World Series now tied at 2-2. It's in today's story.
Got to look beyond your one score.
I know.
It's 3-2.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll take your word for it. You've watched none of it, so why wouldn't you know that?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably over for the poor Nationals. They had a good run. Trump was at the game.
know.
That dude's never at events. You know what I mean? Like, when was the last time you
Yeah,
saw
I can't
Trump?
remember ever seeing him at one of these things.
I mean, wasn't Bushy or Obama? They were always at things like that, throwing out the first pitch and.
Yeah, I think they make the rounds, right? Maybe 1 or 2 of those a year, it seems like. See him
funny
at the
to-
Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be funny
Especially
to-
when it's in their neighborhood, like Houston. You'd get the Bushies there, or the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, he used to be part owner of the Texas Rangers.
Right, right.
So that made sense.
Yes. Trump, though, you just know he's like the commissioner of a fucking sports league. He's just a magnet for booze, and if he's not at one of his own rallies where he's got 10,000 Dan Votes there, you know what I mean? Just kissing his ass, like he's gonna get shit on. Like,
I want to know what it would be like to watch a sporting event like with him, not in these fucking box. Like, does he care about sports actually? And like, just how he sits. He just sits in that kind of like dumbfounded way. Like, does he? You know what I mean? Does he know what's going on? If he watched a football game, would he be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, come on, that's
he used to own a team, didn't he? One of the USFL teams.
yeah,
or
but that
something?
doesn't mean anything. I mean, to me,
Well, I think
mean-
that means a little something. I mean, if
no,
you've
it could
owned
just
a
be.
team.
He could just wanted to thought it was going to make money. It doesn't mean he cared about sport. Dan Gilbert, or not Dan Gilbert, the Pistons guy, to me, like he may like it, but I don't think he like seems to know much
Mike,
about
can we
basketball.
point to the Detroit Lions ownership?
Right.
Yeah, but I think even the Fords understand the game. I mean, like, you really think Trump's going to be sitting there in the stands like, no, why are they doing that? Why does he keep doing that?
Not like that, but he's just such a weirdo to me. Like, I wonder,
Yeah.
like, if you watched a football game with him, just Donald, sitting there with Donald Trump, what that would be like.
Yeah,
Like,
I think he's a Yankees fan and a Giants fan, maybe.
Okay.
Obviously, from New York his whole life, but yeah, he got some rather loud boos during his appearance, sitting in a box.
Lock him up.
Yeah, which is kind of disgraceful, honestly. The president of the United States is there, and you're doing lock him up chants and.
that's the beauty
You
of
know.
America, Mike.
No, I understand that, but it seems, I mean, the day after he announced,
Oh,
or the day he
stop.
announces the.
Oh, you're
Baghdadi?
reading Pierce Morgan headlines.
No,
now.
I didn't read Pierce's article. I did see his headline, but no, it is. Even Morning Joe today, who fucking despised Trump, were like, this is just bullshit that this is going on with a president chanting "lock him up" and getting boos. Do you have audio of it? You can see his face turn too, and he's like, "Oh man, they'll hate me."
I don't know which. There's a few videos on here, so I'm not sure which ones are.
Yeah, no mistaking that, is there?
No.
Let me move on.
Oh, are there other?
Yeah, there's about 5 of them
Dan, it's
embedded
been a
in here.
difficult time in the guide.
Let me see.
Yeah, honestly, I
Yeah.
don't
Some are
really
just booze,
care.
some are just lock him up.
I didn't realize.
They didn't announce he was going to be there, right? And then it was kind of like, yeah, President Trump.
See, they're showing military members. It's like, okay, yeah, cheer.
Yeah, we killed
And then
Baghdadi.
next frame,
It's gonna flash to Trump. He has to know this is coming, right? Oof. Can you tell the moment?
No mistaking that.
Put it up on the screen. Thank you.
Now listen. Now they go back to the military members.
That's awesome.
Boy, that's
Yeah.
no mistaking that, is there?
I wonder what he thinks in his head with that. Now then I can ask this. Then I think, what does he think in his head when that's happening?
There's a lot of Lou Whitaker fans out there.
Who did they show on the field? Was it Lou something? Drew. They were saying Drew. It was not Boo. Maybe they were saying Boo because Halloween's almost here.
It's possible.
Didn't he get like 4% support in D.C.?
I have no idea.
I think during the election, it was like 96% for Hillary Clinton and 4% for him. He's not very liked in the D.C. area.
That doesn't shock me. All those.
It was worse than any other state in the country, though.
Yeah, but I would think that almost like
Any
DC
other
would
district.
Just, oh yeah, right. I would think that
Thank you.
I would think that DC would have just like hated the idea of any non-politician. Like I don't think it would matter who it was. I think you
it's
know what
the
I mean.
swamp, righty?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I thought that spoke volumes. It's like really this one.
So you're excusing
spot.
the spooing?
No. Well,
Are you-
it doesn't
are you
surprise
explaining
me.
it?
It doesn't surprise
Oh,
me.
Mike.
What?
Should I go back to my prediction?
What?
He's going to get hammered in
He
2020.
got hammered in D.C. last time. He's
Oh
not going
my
to get
God.
hammered. He's not
He's
going to
gonna
get
get-
hammered. I don't know why you think that. I don't know why you've turned so. He's been the same dude since he came down the escalator. What changed for
He
you?
hasn't grown his support. He's shrunk it, and he barely won against the worst candidate last time. He's going to
I
get
know.
hammered. It's going to be epic proportions. It's going to be historic.
I just think you're wrong, dude. I don't know who on
Historic
the who on the
landslide
current-
victory for insert name Democrat.
Go ahead, insert name. Which one do you go? Oh, that's your guy.
Doesn't matter.
That's your guy. Biden.
They're running against Trump.
Yeah, I know, but yeah. Anyway, he's sitting there with his wife. You think he has to know that's coming, right? He has to.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure he explains it in his head like you are, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is DC, of course.
Well,
they know I'm draining the swamp.
Yes, that's what I'm doing, draining swamps. They probably booed Obama
Yeah.
too, loudly, more loudly. No, but I mean, that's a fact. He got 4% of the vote in the 2016 election in D.C. So, that's just a fact. So I'm not saying anything except, yeah, I guess it makes sense. They clearly don't like him much. So yeah, he had yet to attend a major league game as president, even though the White House is just a couple miles there from the park. Feel bad for Charles. What was it? Krauthammer?
Yeah, Krauthammer was a big Nats fan, right?
Yeah, he died earlier this year, right? Was it end of last year?
Yeah, I'm
maybe?
gonna guess it's longer than we think. I'm gonna guess year and a half.
6
yeah.
years ago.
No, less than 2, but more than 1 probably.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Dude, did I tell you guys about the realization I had? I don't know if I'm talking to Troy or you guys about time going by so fast. And I read that story or saw this thing about AT&T Park in Dallas. Did I tell you guys about that?
No.
When do you think the Cowboys' new stadium opened?
10 years ago? I don't know.
10 years ago, dude. I would have said 2. Honestly, like doesn't it seem like that stadium just opened
10 years ago.
10 years ago? Yeah,
I
know.
wouldn't
like about
I wouldn't
10.
say that I would think it feels like 10 years ago, but I would say at least 6 if you asked me, at least. And I probably
Really?
would have said
See,
more.
honestly, I'd probably 5. Okay, I could see Zeke and those guys in there, but it just seemed like, wow. I don't know, man.
But
So-
time does fly. There's no question about that.
Dude,
That's what they say.
It's going
When you're
so,
having fun.
so much faster, though. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. They asked if Trump wanted to throw out the first pitch. He was like, "No, I'll pass."
I wish he would have said yes.
Yes.
God.
I wonder. We've seen his tennis skills, his golf skills.
Yeah.
I wonder
true.
if he can throw a first pitch.
Did you guys see Simone Biles? Is that how you say her
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
Like as athletic a move as that was for her to do that backflip before
Yeah,
her
it's like
pitch,
a twist
her
backflip.
pitch was still so girl-like.
What
It's
about
like
this?
You're the best gymnast of all time. You have such athleticism, but yet you can't put your body into a throwing position.
It's
crazy to me.
remarkable. It's remarkable. There's a new TV commercial that's airing for some, new medication out there or something, and this guy's talking about how he's taken it. It's brought his life back, and he's a younger guy. And it ends, it's just like them doing their read about and it causes AIDS and fucking cancer and death immediately, and all the shit they have to say.
Right.
And he's in the background, and he's got a football on the front lawn, and it's just like I'm like, okay,
Oh no!
and he's just like,
Oh no!
The most
Pushed it.
girly fucking push. It's like you can't get an actor that throws a better. This guy was so good, you needed him. Then don't have him throw a football at the end of it.
Drug commercials are so weird. How they have like, oh, just go about your day, have fun, smile, arrange flowers. You know,
Yeah.
put your arm around your granddaughter. It's
Yeah.
just so weird. Just
Sit
these
in dual
scenes they
bathtubs
have.
outside.
Yeah, it's so odd.
What about
Yeah.
this, by the way? You mentioned about her pitch. Like, okay, she did the thing, and then the pitch that you described. But, like, she did that thing and then had to ask for the ball. She couldn't have done it, like,
With
with
the
the
ball?
ball in her hand and then come out of it to the throw. Like, she did her little stupid thing, which was great.
Yeah.
You're right. But then she did it, then asked for a ball, and then you're right.
I guess
gave
I
the-
didn't realize that. I just saw a meme where it was one into the other. So it was the backflip, and then they just showed her
What was her
throwing
name?
like
I
a girl.
forget her
Simone Biles, Biles.
Yep.
So I didn't realize that, but you're right. Why couldn't she do the backflip holding a baseball? I don't know.
How bad was the pitch? I don't think
It's
I saw
bad.
it.
It's bad,
I saw
Mike.
the flip, the twisty flip thing.
It's a bad pitch.
Impressive. Yeah, if you can find it, I wouldn't mind taking a look at that. I guess I'm shocked at how many people, especially men, but can't throw a fucking ball.
Yeah.
Just isn't that weird to you? I just thought the numbers would be way higher. If you play the guitar, you can't throw a baseball. You know what I mean? Like musicians,
Jack White
actors.
can. Our hero Jack White.
Does he throw a good
Yeah,
ball?
he throws a good ball.
Yeah, that actually doesn't surprise me. But it seems like there's so many of those actors and athletes. Like,
This is a weird
did you
angle
not
from
play
it.
fucking baseball growing up? Who didn't learn how to throw a baseball?
This
Here's
is a,
Simone.
this is a little bit of a weird angle, but you get my point, and you'll still see the throw. Like,
Okay. Astros fan, Simone Biles. Here she goes. Boom.
whatever, cool. And then she has to
backflip,
do
Really
this.
stick the landing.
Okay, then she. Oh my gosh.
It's,
Simone.
we've seen worse.
Look at how wee she's
I know,
Keeblerian. She's a fidget. She's a goddamned fidget.
Look at that.
But like, couldn't she have held the ball while
She is a fidget.
Like,
I
think it's
don't
not
know.
cool at
Maybe
all.
that throws the balance off or something.
Then
She's got to
don't
have
do it.
What?
No way does it throw the balance out. She's
Look,
wearing
watch her do it again.
jeans
Watch her
and
do it
shit.
again. Like, look at. She couldn't have held that ball in her hand.
I think you're worked up about this. I don't know that this
That-
is a
No,
terrible.
I think it's an interesting
I think that there's
point.
no. I think there's no. I think
It
it
is.
takes
She-
everything away from what she did.
Okay, it doesn't take
Really?
everything.
No. Well, it takes. Okay. Well, it takes away from the first pitch
I
aspect
wish
of
she
it.
could throw better. That's my point of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
It
I
takes
do
away-
find it a little odd that she couldn't hold the ball.
I don't find it that odd at all.
No.
Like why?
But
She's
you
got her
hate the
friend
pitch.
standing
You hate
there.
the
Then
pitch.
it's not impressive.
You
to
like
me.
the flip.
I've
you hate
seen
the pitch.
worse pitches. You know what I mean? I think she got it there. Did she one hop it?
To me, it's just remarkable that you have that athleticism,
Yep.
but yet that doesn't translate into a throw.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
It's weird. It's very weird. And again, if I'll look for that commercial and see if I can save it for you because I was like, oh God, I was horrified when the guy threw the. It was that bad because he's back like, yeah, I'm going deep.
Yeah.
Ugh. And you're like, ugh. It creeped me out, dude. Seeing a guy throw a football like that, it just freaks me out a little bit.
Gentlemen, a quick word from our friend Rich at the Blind Biz.
Hey guys, it's Rich from the Blind Biz here.
Man, it sure
Don't
is.
freak out, but the holidays are fast approaching, and let's face it, your blinds are probably in worse condition than Big E's car after his wreck. So unless you want your in-laws to think you're some bigly loser this holiday season, give us a call. We'll hook you up proper, just like we did at Radio for One Studios. We carry all types of blinds, shades, and shutters, offer free shop-at-home appointments, free installation, and mention TDC will give you 20% off and free cordless option on all cellular shades. So give us a call at 866-246-8875 or check us out online at theblindbiz.com.
See a couple Instagram models banned for life from
Yeah.
Major League Baseball.
Showing their tatas.
Yeah, they were showing titties on TV. I mean, that's pretty good. Do we have a picture of that, E? I think you can see in the background. I
A
started-
picture, an image.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing their titties if they're going to show them, right?
They're going to pull them out.
Yeah.
They say it was for breast cancer awareness, right?
We're all aware
For
of titty
real?
cancer, like we are. You don't need to show your titties to make us. I'm glad you did.
I know, don't
But
object. Mike.
I'm not. I in no way object at all.
I bet you're against the Free the Nipple campaign as well.
No, I'm not. No, I say free them all. Let them all hang out there for all I care. So you had Garrett Cole on the mound, and I guess they were flashing him. They were behind home plate. He apparently didn't see it, but yeah, let's see.
distracting.
Are they good titties? Someone put those. They were actually showing their titties.
I didn't realize that at first when I saw that.
It was the bottom of the seventh when they were standing behind home plate and lifted their shirts up to show them titties. Which ones do you like better, stage right.
Yeah, it looks like stage right is probably better, but
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
can't be sure.
Yeah, Instagram models. During the game, you violated fan code of conduct by exposing yourself during the 7th inning in order to promote a business. You are hereby banned from all Major League Baseball stadiums and facilities indefinitely.
Oh no.
Is there any way to enforce that?
I know, I was
Like
just
if they
thinking,
just
like,
walk into
yeah.
a stadium.
I know.
Buy a ticket. You're right. Buy a ticket at the last minute. Buy a scalper ticket
Yeah.
where they're not like saying
Random
anything.
white chick, obviously not walking in topless, but just clothed with
Yeah.
a baseball hat on. Of course, they're going to get by security
Yeah.
anywhere.
I mean, they don't even show their faces on here, right? You just see the titties.
Well, but we know who the one is now, though, so we do know.
Yeah,
their
every
face.
story today has their faces and their Instagram.
Oh, okay. I still don't think there's any way to enforce that, unfortunately. And I would push it. I'd go like this week. I'd try to go back to the World Series in Houston and see if you can get away with it. Because I bet you can.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, if they flew down to wherever the next game 6 is, you're right. And by the way, just buy a ticket on the street, you know what I mean, or StubHub or something, and just walk in.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. I would so do it just to fucking. Now they're fucking doing something to me. That'd be hilarious.
Have you gone back into Red Robin's, since you were banned for life?
I was never told that I was banned from life for going in, by the way. Now, I was just told I couldn't work there. I was on a no-hire list. I have eaten at that place before, actually.
Really? So you didn't follow.
Remember, we were given a color-coded key as to what E is allowed
Yeah, well,
to
that
do
was
at
after.
various
But see,
restaurants.
that was afterwards.
All of them are like code red. You cannot be employed by any Red Robin
Yeah,
in
period.
contiguous United States.
Yep.
There were a few he was allowed to visit, I think, as long as they're outside of this region, not
Sure.
owned by the Ansaras. But the Ansaras, I mean,
Guess
Which
what?
is
If I
generous by
wanted
them.
to-
They
if I
didn't have
wanted-
to do that.
he'll be tackled if he attempts
Oh,
to
yeah.
Oh, I
go
don't
through
think
those
so.
first doors, not even the second doors that bring you
Yeah.
into the establishment, but that breezeway door. He's going down to Chinatown.
If you get wind that he's doing that, by the way, will you call the NSARS and let them know which one he's at so they can
that damn-
rush
Head
in
it over
there
to Novi.
and just fucking stick his ass?
Want
just
that damn
tackle
whiskey
him.
barbecue burger or whatever with the endless
Yeah.
fry. That's a
Endless
problem. See, the
fries.
problem is if you got to go in there to get the endless fries, so I have to go
Should
in.
have thought of that before you pulled your dick and balls out in front of a manager. I mean,
I gotta say too, you know the thing about that this Instagram thing, like now we're all talking about her, and she's like, oh, she put on her post, like her post was like, whoops, or I forget, not oops, or something like, oh, got caught or something, or I don't remember what it said, but it was kind of like, oh, guilty or something, and it's like, you know what, man, I'm so over the notion of like who gives a fuck about Instagram models, like okay, she showed her tits, and then you go to her models, I went to her Instagram and saw her post, and there's a lot where she's like topless, but like just covering her nips, and one of them is like, ooh, not a big fan of clothes. I'm like, you know what, dude? I could look at 100 fucking naked girls online. You're
can you
nobody
imagine
special.
if one of us had an Instagram and was just like putting a hand over our dick helmet and just like, oops, not a big fan of underwear. Like, it would be so weird if guys did that.
Yeah.
And it's like, she has I happen to know she has 2.5 million followers, for example.
That's why.
Okay, that's
How many did she get
something.
in the last 2 days?
Yeah.
Right, that
Two,
for sure.
2 million.
But like,
It's a genius move by them. I mean, honestly, it is. Because people are making money at being an Instagram model. They're making big money.
I know they are, and I'm not being like good for them. Like, I don't even hate on them for making the money, but like if they to me though as a person, like if they think they're fooling, like they're gonna feel these asshole dudes. They're just like, oh my god, fucking hot.
Just lowest level whore. You
right.
know what I mean?
That's all
Yeah.
you are, man. Sorry,
Yeah. I know.
you're
Joe,
nothing special to me.
Joe
Nothing.
Rogan does that bit on there, and he's like, there's a chick on Instagram, and I've never seen her face. She just shows her butt. She just like poses with a hand on her butt. And this one, she has 8 million followers, and she just posts pictures of her ass. He's like, what the fuck?
But then I remember one time I was reading an article from one of, not an article or something, but I was reading something for one of them where they were like starting to talk about the pressure that was going through of having to post these photos of their, in a sexualized manner. And I'm like, well, then
Yeah,
don't
Beats
do
going
it.
to a fucking office
Right,
and
then,
working.
I don't know, don't do it then, I
Yeah,
guess.
no one's making you do it.
Right.
You're getting paid to do it, so.
So that's like when I saw these, I just, same thing again, like it's on TMZ and all this stuff, and I'm just like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I
There's
could look
people
at so
holding
many
stop
naked...
signs out on Franklin Road, for God's sake.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. For whatever an hour.
Posting
$15.
Instagram. Hey, Hamlin Pubs, they're inviting you to their 6 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies or out for a meal with a family, it's always a great time at Hamlin Pubs. Go to their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, 2 Shelby Township locations, as well as their newest one in Richmond.
Speaking of titties, Democratic Congresswoman Katie Hill.
Oh my God, what a train wreck this chick is.
Yeah, she's quit.
Yeah.
Not a shock, I guess. You know, when you're talking about a throuple, it's a new term I wasn't familiar with.
It's so funny. Like one person writes that, and that's the word of the next week.
Yeah.
You know, everything you go, oh, the thruple or the
What
thruple.
is what? Like
It's just a threesome, man.
It's a three.
Somebody coins it, and then
Oh,
it,
so
you
it's
know,
not a
it's e-
couple with three.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that much thought into it to figure out what thruple meant. Fucking
What
stupid.
did you think they meant?
I didn't even care enough. I was like, okay, it's threesome, whatever. Now I get it. I put a little thought into
Yeah,
it.
she was in a threesome relationship with a young staffer, like 22, 23-year-old woman,
and her
along with her
husband.
husband. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're getting divorced.
Yeah.
Or they got divorced.
Cheats on her husband with another male staffer.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of just, you know, pictures that come out of her nude and shit. Like,
What do you think? If you're running for office or you're in,
it's in California. I mean,
like, what are you doing nude combing some chick's hair or nude kissing? Like, what do you think is? I mean, the possible good that comes out of that,
I know.
zero. There is zero possible good that comes out of that.
Well, if you're in a
Potential bad.
throuple and the third of your throuple is holding the camera, then maybe you think no big deal, right?
Yeah, until they're not
Until
in
they're
a
only a
relationship.
couple.
Yeah, yeah. So she revealed she was part of a throuple with her husband and a campaign worker. Ethics probe was launched into her alleged affair with another aide. Boy, I don't know how she is as a fucking politician, but
Well, she's a newbie, right? So I'm sure
Yeah.
Pelosi was just like, yeah, just step down. I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
You know, if it was somebody who'd been in there for 10, 12 years and was really important to the cause, you know, they'd probably go to
Like
bat
who?
for someone like that.
Who's that
I don't
old
know,
bird?
say AOC gets even, and she's a newbie. Say she
Yeah,
gets
AOC
caught
could
with that.
survive it.
Yeah, for sure.
I was thinking of the one, who's that old fucking bird? The one that had a driver for 20 years that was selling shit to the Chinese or whatever.
Right.
What the fuck's her name? She's in a throuple.
Yeah.
You know?
Somebody with some clout, then maybe you defend it and you explain it a little. But this one, it's like, okay, newbie,
Yeah.
get out. You're not
Beat
AOC. You're not part of the gang or whatever the fuck they call them.
Yeah, the gang. It is with a broken heart that today I announce my resignation from Congress. This is the hardest thing I have ever had to do, but I believe it is the best thing for my constituents, my community, and our country. She attached a long statement in which she explained this is what needs to happen so that the good people who supported me will no longer be subjected to the pain inflicted by my abusive husband and the brutality of hateful political ops who seem to happily provide a platform to a monster who's driving a smear campaign built around cyber exploitation. So, yeah. Oh, man. She says she did not hook up with that other guy. Graham Kelly's his name. I think he's a finance guy. But she did give him a bonus, I think, like $5,000 bonus. And there were only 4 staffers that got bonuses, and no one else got more than $2,700.
And she banged the other 3, right?
I don't know if she banged the other 3. She claims she didn't bang this Graham Kelly guy. My guess is we'll find out the truth about that if it matters. Probably not now that she's stepped down.
Do you have the one picture of her, E, holding the bong? And I guess it also shows a potential Nazi tattoo. Did you hear
What?
that? Yeah.
No, I did not hear
It's
that.
got the Iron Cross, and, you know, it doesn't have
yeah.
the swastika in the middle of it. It's more just a generic Iron Cross, but, you know, the right wing is pointing, oh, my God, look at this. That's a gross picture, isn't it?
It's so not attractive.
It's awful.
I mean, just
I mean, the uncensored one has to just be heinous, right? That,
yeah.
just that pose. Ugh.
Are the uncensored ones not out there at all?
I don't.
I don't know.
I haven't seen them. Nancy Pelosi said in her statement that Congresswoman Katie Hill came to Congress with a powerful commitment to her community and a bright vision for the future. She has acknowledged errors in judgment that made her continued service as a member untenable. We must ensure a climate of integrity and dignity in the Congress and in all workplaces. But since when?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. She was expendable.
Yeah. So, Jesus, yeah, that dude raised $8 million for her 2018 campaign. $8 million for some no name in California. Anyway, well, see you later.
Down
Hope it was
goes
worth
Katie.
It. Yep. Sorry, Kate. Hope it was worth it to show your titties and vagine. We'll never understand it, man. I just won't. Washington Post, a little bit of trouble.
Their headline today.
Yeah. What? what are they thinking? Like the New York Times and the Washington Post, like they have had so many errors.
It's just anything to pull back from the notion that Trump could have done something right.
Is
You know?
that's what I think it is too.
Yeah.
Is it possible though that they're
Yeah.
they're willing to excuse like a fucking
They're
the
watering
world's
down
biggest terrorist?
Yeah, the heinousness of this dude in their description in the
Yeah.
headline you're about to read, in order to make it less of an accomplishment by Trump. That's how I read into this.
It's. I mean, I just don't get it, but that's what I think too. They have changed it now, of course. But yeah, it began. Islamic State leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi transformed himself from a little-known teacher of Quranic recitation into the self-proclaimed ruler of an entity that covered large swaths of Syria and Iraq. Where's it? Shit. The headline: Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, a Stewart religious scholar at helm of Islamic State, dies at 48.
Religious scholar.
Oh my God! You know, he also ordered people to cut heads off journalists and drown people, burn
Well,
people
he was
alive.
austere, you know?
Yeah.
That's
He was austere in his views. You can give him that.
That's awesome.
This really bummed Sean Hannity out. He was losing his shit on Twitter. I called the headline sick and repulsive. This is exactly why America will never trust these mainstream corrupt fake news outlets ever again.
Yes, but they'll trust you, Hannity.
Of course.
No.
You're right down the middle, sir. Fair and balanced. Let me educate the Washington Post. Al-Baghdadi was the leader of ISIS, the terror organization that is responsible for killing hundreds of thousands of people. ISIS terrorists take pleasure in beheadings and burning people alive in cages. They use cars and trucks to mow down innocent people. To describe Baghdadi as an austere religious scholar is
Austere.
Austere? What is that? What does austere mean?
Like, a strictly adhering religious scholar or whatever they call them.
Yeah. So this is the obit. I think this is where he gets it from. When Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi took the reins of the Islamic State of Iraq in 2010, few had heard of the organization or its new leader. Then an austere religious scholar with wire-frame glasses and no known aptitude for fighting and killing. He spent his early adult years as an obscure academic aiming for a quiet life as a professor of Islamic law. Boy, oh boy, that really describes him, right? Washington Post spokesperson said that regarding our al-Baghdadi obit, headline should never have read that way, and we changed it quickly. How does it even get by your... You know what I mean? Like,
the editors are the ones who draft the headline, right?
yeah, but there's usually some checks and balances. It just doesn't end up in the
At
paper.
some point, there's a guy who makes the call.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
That guy's an idiot. He needs to be
Not
shit-canned.
disputing that.
Yeah. Did you see Jack White getting into the political game?
Yeah, Bernie, huh?
He's feeling the burn. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? And but yeah, what a treat for the kids at Cass Tech, which is where Jack went to school, high school, alma mater of the Cass Technical High School. He's not usually one to speak on politics. You don't see Jack White out there very often. I guess he's had a couple references in songs. I've never done a political rally before. I'm not really politically affiliated too much. I don't consider myself a member of any party or anything. I just listen to the issues, and when the issues come up, I try to pay as much attention. And I want to listen to somebody and understand if they're telling me the truth, and if I trust them. And Bernie Sanders is telling the truth, and I really do trust him. Yeah, but he's got really shitty ideas, Jack. That's the problem.
His truth is
I
crazy.
mean, he believes it. Yes, he's telling you the truth that he believes, but he's
It's crazy.
insane. What really got me coming here was him saying he wants to abolish the Electoral College. Really? That's it? Of all the fucking crazy things Bernie has said? Going to abolish the Electoral College. Okay, which I think is the reason we're in this mess right now. I have this silly notion that the more Americans that vote for somebody, that person should be president. Isn't that kind of funny? And so then he fucking plays a short set, there for 5,000 people. Set list included Icky Thump. Not bad. Corporation, Black Math, We're Gonna Be Friends, and then a cover of Dylan's License to Kill, and then Seven Nation Army. That's not really a short set.
I know.
It's a pretty decent sized
Sweet.
fucking set. You know what I mean? Do we have any? He left the stage. Good luck, Byrne.
Oh, so this I didn't know which part this he hasn't even. She's introducing him right now, but I guess I can fast forward here.
Yeah, I don't think he talked.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
was
give a
watching-
shit to hear her.
yeah, I was watching it. Oh,
Oh, maybe he did.
is that him?
Or is
It's
that, no, that's
Rashida
Rashida
Tlaib.
Tlaib. I thought it was for a second too. You know?
Dude, I heard her say something, so I don't know where it is in this
Go
video.
way ahead. Who cares? Just get to when.
Well, he's talking after. I was trying to look for him earlier, and then I heard her finally mention him. I figured,
Can you
well,
just
he's
go
not-
ahead to see when you see the band on stage?
Yeah, I did that in this video earlier. I didn't see it in this video.
Oh,
Well, I didn't realize he had played. I just literally, I thought he was just gonna be talking for a little bit. So when I heard her say an announcement, I thought, okay, there he is.
There's the burn.
Because I think he talks the rest of this.
I love how when he talks, all you see is his bottom teeth. It's such an old
I
man
know.
move.
Yeah.
The bottom lip goes down, and you just see the bottom teeth.
search Jack White
Yeah,
performs at Castech.
Look at that dude. Coming off a heart attack just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I know.
God bless him.
He's cleaned up his hair a bit. That
Yeah,
hair was starting to
yes.
get crazy, dude.
Yeah, kind of Doc looking from Back to the
Yeah.
Future.
You can't just Google that
I
either.
just started.
Okay. You want to see Jack? Because I don't know who he was playing with. Some guys I didn't recognize them. Yeah. Well, see if you can find it.
Hey, Twin Peaks, it's your ultimate sports lodge with a menu to match. Pair any of their made-from-scratch menu items with a frosty 29-degree draft beer served by a beautiful Twin Peaks girl, and you're in for a legendary sports watching experience. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
How would you like to be the nephew of Jack White? His
Like
nephew
just
is
like one song or
Ben
something.
Blackwell on drums.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fellow Castech alum Dominic Davis on bass.
That'd be so killer.
That'd be awesome.
I've been to some shitty assemblies in my day.
Oh, yeah.
This would not be one of them. That's so awesome. It's in the school gym.
Some crowd should be more into it, shouldn't they?
Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Look at that bald old guy in the front, in the middle there, just like, what is this? This is just noise.
Yeah, Bernie, you sure people like this guy, right?
They like him.
He's a good guy.
This is what they call music nowadays.
The kids seem to enjoy him.
Half that crowd is like, I think I heard this during a football game
I know,
once.
I know.
You know?
I heard an English soccer crowd chanting this.
Yeah. God, that'd be so kick-ass, dude. They're about to go on tour, the Raconteurs. I wouldn't
By
mind
the way,
going to
I
that
did,
show.
I did listen to them on Spotify the other day.
Yeah, what'd
I
you
liked
think?
I liked what I heard so far.
Did you listen to the new album? Is that what
I
the
just-
green hand on a...
No, I listened to the one before that.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Overall.
Steady as she goes, huh?
Yeah.
E? Some old school.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to, I guess they're going out in November on a tour, Raconteurs. You want to go to that, right?
Or recently at Masonic Temple, I believe, which is
Really?
that's the venue that Jack bailed out, right? There, it was just underwater with tax
Yeah.
bill and all that stuff, and somebody anonymously came forward and paid it and
Yeah.
fixed the place up. Yeah, it's him.
Jesus.
That was at Masonic. Thank God, man, because that place. I go to a lot of concerts at Masonic Temple. so
Well, you can thank Mr.
I-
White.
Wow, thank goodness. I'll thank
Yeah.
him next time I see him.
I wonder how much he's here. Because I know he's stationed in Nashville now.
Look at that, 2020 on the scoreboard.
Nice.
What a detail. That's good
Only
detail.
only 310 left though.
Yeah.
That's
Time's winding down, Bernie.
What is 310?
No idea.
don't
January,
know,
February,
but the
March
funny
10th.
I don't think that has meaning. Maybe he was
But-
counting
No.
down. Maybe
but they
it
would
was
have done
his-
2020, so they would have. Why wouldn't they do 0-0 on the time or something? Like they. I want
Maybe
to-
he's on a clock. Maybe he wants
Yeah.
to know when 10
Yeah,
minutes is up or
that's a
whatever.
good point. Maybe he has 3 minutes left in his speech.
Wouldn't they? Yeah. I don't think
It's
they
going to go
can't-
at the end.
And then they all
buzzer
just get up
going
and
on.
leave.
They
Somebody
should have
blows
had
it.
11:06 up there, right?
yeah.
11:06 or something. Isn't that the
Something like
voting
that.
date? Something like that. I haven't watched it yet. Silicon Valley
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
came back last night. Final season.
Yeah,
Excited
man.
at all for this?
For sure. I love this series.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know what their storyline is. They're still Pied Piper, but all the promos I've seen is Richard like talking to Congress. You know,
Oh, okay.
so like
Mimicking the Zuckerberg.
yeah. So they said this season's going to be a lot darker, and so yeah, they say that Silicon Valley has gotten more sour, you know, with the times and stuff. Though Pied Piper has always been an idealistic company, each season brought new avenues to abandon its ideals. So I think they find out the plot line is something like they find out, you know, he's talking to Congress about how, yeah, we're trying to take down Facebook and Google and Amazon because they spy on, you know, the people that use their services, and Pied Piper doesn't. It's totally anonymous. So, and it turns out people are still getting your information through Pied Piper, and so then it's like, oh man, and they figure that out or something, and it's like, okay, how much should we say? What do we do? Abandon this company? Blah blah blah. So I don't know. It's something along those lines. So yeah, it turns out they found out their software's been spying on their users. So yeah, Richard must decide whether to take $1 billion from a Chilean investor. So Richard, yeah.
Richard took a little bit of hit in my mind because the actor Thomas Middleditch recently came out and said he's been involved in many threesomes with his wife, and I'm just like,
What?
I can't picture this guy as a swinger, man.
Wait a minute.
Swear to God.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed that story. That's fucking funny, dude. He's in a lot of what? Why? Why would he come out and say that?
He said something like, "I'm the
And he does
gas
the
and my
Verizon
wife's the
commercials
brake."
too. What'd you say?
He's
Yeah.
just a sex hound, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
He just doesn't seem like a sex
I
hound
know.
at all.
I think he said it somewhere. Bill Maher or
Well, wait a minute, though.
Conan or something big. I mean,
Who doesn't seem like a sex? Richard, the actor on Silicon Valley, or the human being that you don't know? Like,
Right,
Yeah,
right,
right. No, obviously, but
yeah,
just-
Richard barely gets laid on Silicon Valley. It's
How
weird.
could he be a threesome?
I know.
yeah, he can't even pick up chicks.
No,
and stuff.
Thomas Middleditch
Yeah,
is a sex hound.
Thomas dropped a few notches just from those dumb Verizon commercials. Is it Verizon or T-Mobile,
Yeah,
whatever?
Over-
but
Verizon.
picture that dude just plowing it. You know.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was
Multiple
executive
people.
when he announced that. I wonder if there was somebody in Verizon that was just like, no, why'd you have to say
Thomas.
that, man? No big deal, no judgment, but
Yeah.
dude, you don't have to say it. Like,
Is it Verizon?
yes, 100%.
It is 100%. Okay. Yeah, I didn't need to know that.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
That really
every
is
time
gonna-
every time I think about the series now, though, that's what comes to mind.
Yeah, no,
Just
that's what's-
Richard just bam.
sweating.
Yeah.
See, but the thing is,
Doing a
this is what
fucking
you-
Eiffel Tower with.
This is what you guys get into me about sex things. Like when I say that about like, oh, that guy gets
Wolf
a blowjob.
Blitzer, yeah.
It's like it's the same thing. Just because it's a threesome doesn't make it any difference. It's sex is just. It's. I've always been interested in this because it's such a weird thing.
Threesome takes it to another level.
Not to me. It's the same thing. It's just sex with one other person involved in the
Yes.
thing. Like it's
It's
still.
a throuple.
Oh, that's
thruple.
That's not necessarily a threesome. That's not necessarily a thruple.
Yeah.
A threesome could just be a fun-loving threesome group. A thruple
Right.
is their dating.
One may be being paid by via large screen TV.
Yeah.
You don't know.
True. Well, if Nikki Sixx comes out and says he's had a lot of threesomes, you go, yeah, cool, whatever.
But
Thomas
Thomas Middleditch.
No,
And
Thomas,
he said
you
it saved
can't.
his marriage too. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
It saved his marriage.
Yeah, that's what he says. I wonder what his wife says.
says. Swinging saved his marriage.
Repression sucks.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Look at that guy.
No.
That guy's just hitting it.
And you know he's got videos at home of that
Oh,
shit.
of course.
You know what I mean?
To be honest, swinging has saved our marriage, Middleditch explained. Oh, in an interview with Playboy. I knew it was a big forum. That he said
Playboy
this.
still around?
I know.
Did you-
Why?
Wait a minute.
Why?
Who needs Playboy?
got Instagram models now.
Yeah, seriously, I didn't even know Playboy was still a thing.
Hmm.
Making magazines. That's funny. Yeah, this sucks, dude. That's going to ruin this season for me.
I know.
It is, honestly. Suzanne
guy.
Summers is talking about her sex life, too. She's
Oh,
73.
God. Yeah.
You know?
Chrissy from Three's Company.
Yes. Come on, knock on a door. Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
Where the kisses are hers and his. Three's Company, too.
You know what's funny about that is like, when I was talking to Jay about listening to Danny DeVito on Marin, and
Yeah.
it's funny how
Talking about
people
Taxi.
But like what I was gonna say is like you guys are like right, just boom, Three's Company, start singing the song even, and like to me, she was more Step by Step. You know, a show on ABC TGIF.
Oh,
there was
okay.
this show Step by
I've
Step.
never even heard of
Yeah.
that show.
Thigh
Yeah, 91 to
Master.
98, dude, 8 years, man.
I think Three's
Yeah.
Company, and I think Thigh Master.
Thigh
Yeah,
Master,
Thigh Master for sure.
She's really into vitamins or something. Hasn't she really been pushing that shit for decades?
Yeah, I
too?
think so. Yep.
And so I didn't need to know this, but her and her husband, Alan, who's 83,
Didn't she post like a nude Instagram picture on her 73rd birthday? Of
maybe
course, she's got shit in very relevant spots and all
titties look
that.
huge though.
Oh,
In
really?
that picture, yeah. See if you can find that picture, E, of her. Yeah, it
She's
looks
in a
like
field or something. With
yeah, she's crouched down.
corn aptly placed.
With hands over them titties, but that they're fucking huge. So she's talking about her sex life and some sex shot that she gets that keeps her and Alan going
Yeah.
strong.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
73.
73, he's 83, 43 years of marriage. Lovemaking sessions with Alan.
God. Oh,
Yeah, there, see?
Suzanne.
Well, we didn't need that,
Do
right?
we know they're huge, or do we just assume they're very, very droopy?
Droopy.
So they could be bees, and that's just gravity.
Ah, no. That's too much
She's
cleavage.
leaning on her elbows.
That's not a good picture.
She's 73.
I know.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
Look at her armpit, dude.
I know.
Oh God.
Aging, dude. It just sucks.
You know,
That's
I
like
give her credit
bronze
for
or
being
tanning.
in fairly good shape for 73, but just dress more modestly, and you look way better, right?
Way better. Yeah.
here's an example. Actually, here's another.
Like, not to
picture.
tell anyone how to dress or do, but it's like, no, it just,
Yeah, that's not her best look.
No,
when you're trying to be sex pot vampy.
Look at this one. That's okay, right?
titties
No, but
are
it's
huge.
It's better to me though. It's like
Yeah, that's better.
That dude's,
There's Alan.
there's Alan's plowing that
Why wouldn't you?
twice a day.
Yeah.
nice.
Twice a day, Easus. He gets a boost with shots of PT 141, a melanocortin-based peptide used to generate sexual arousal. I'm kind of in that groove, she says, like when you were younger and you're in the mood all the time. And so is he, because he's on hormone replacements. Suzanne and Alan take hormones made from plants to replace whatever their bodies are lacking. The added shots of PT 141 to their routine. They added it to their routine after learning it is a sexual stimulant that works on your brain. I thought, wow, what a great thing, because men have had Viagra, but this actually a shot for both men and women that's not a drug. It just stimulates that part of your brain and says, hey, I'm kind of in the mood. She said she and Alan take a shot about once a week, and while many of their contemporaries can barely get out of bed, they're having sex twice a day.
Good for them.
I usually say I sleep through one of them. Oh, God, is Alan getting up and raping her in the middle of the
Sleep
night?
through one of them.
She sleeps through one. Alan's just going to Pound Town.
Wait a minute. What? That's not you having sex twice a day.
I usually say I sleep through one of them. That's usually the one at 4 o'clock in the morning. Alan wakes up every morning at 4 a.m. and just goes to Pound Town on that ass. She's just sleeping through the whole thing.
I want to know how much. Like, is she at least awake when he starts? Because otherwise, you're.
No, I think he just fucking wakes up just rock at 4 in the morning and just
Does he go back to bed
pops
after that?
in
I
there.
wonder if.
Yeah. And then he gets up at 8 and they go at it
Oh,
again.
nice.
Yep. Suzanne and Alan have had a magnetic connection since the moment they first met. I guess it was on a set somewhere. I had sex with him on our very first date, just in case there wasn't a second one.
Wow. Okay.
Suzanne. Pull up some pictures of her on Three's Company, though. You'll be amazed.
Chrissy?
Chrissy, yeah, she used to
Yeah,
wear,
I remember.
braless just all the time.
Oh, that's right, with the T-shirts on.
Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
it was pretty unbelievable, honestly, that was
Yeah.
on just network TV.
And she played a moron, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that she was just the
Complete
blonde?
moron. Janet was the
Ugly,
smarter
smart one.
one. Yeah.
I saw one. I saw
There you go, down in the middle there. That's not her. I don't. That's not her, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, that's her.
Is it?
Yeah. There were several. I understand your confusion though, because there were several
Yeah.
blondes that came in.
There were a
she
couple of
left
them.
after maybe a couple seasons, but they needed that blonde character, so they brought in a couple others.
Really? So she was the first one then?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a. Does this show hold up? You think at all?
It's just filled with misunderstanding. That's,
Yeah.
That's the whole theme of the thing. Is Jack overhears Mr. Furley say something, and he
Yeah.
thinks this, but it's this. It's just double entendre bullshit.
Yeah. Is it the Regal Beagle?
Yes,
Is
the
that the
Regal
bar
Beagle.
downstairs?
Yeah.
And Jack's constantly trying to smash
Him and his
chicks?
buddy Larry, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So was he like? There's the deal. He was like a playboy, kind of like. I mean, he was just.
He
were they
was,
roommates?
but he was thought to be gay.
Was he really?
Well, I think he only was allowed to live there because the landlord thought he was gay.
Yeah.
Like they didn't want him
Oh.
living with two women, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Well, okay."
Yeah.
So maybe they even told him he was gay or something. He had to play it that way.
Yeah, that
'Cause Mr.
sounds
Furley-
vaguely familiar.
Yeah, Mr. Furley, Don Knotts, and then the other guy. There was a replacement landlord too.
Yeah.
Shit, I can.
And he had his
picture him.
wife. Remember
Yeah.
his gross wife?
Yes.
What the hell was his
I
name?
can't think of their names. but-
Yeah. Totally different guy though. All of a sudden he's there and he's
Yeah, they
mixing it up.
flipped out characters.
Was
like
he ever
crazy on
hooking
that show.
up with any of the two girls that he lived
No,
with?
I don't
believe
Or
so,
It was
no.
never like a Ross Rachel thing. It
No, I
was
don't
just
think
like-
so.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, but him and Larry, that was like their whole storyline was just trying to crush puss.
Hit the Regal Beagle and crush puss. I
What did he do for a job? Do you remember? I mean, does it matter?
think he was a struggling actor, maybe. I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah.
Of course. Because you know what? That gives him the freedom to be around all the time, right?
Yep.
Versus if he had some job or he was, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're an artisty, it explains everything.
You guys remember the alphabet song, right?
Elemento.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. Well, it's changed now.
Did they change the tune away from Baba Black Sheep? Away from
that what-
Twinkle Twinkle?
Is that what it was?
Twinkle Twinkle Baba
A, B,
ABC.
C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Yeah.
It's everyone's favorite part. They've changed the L, M, N, O, P part.
What? Did
Yes.
they reorder it?
So this guy, Noah Garfinkel, tweeted an updated version of the alphabet song that better clarifies the LMNOP part. And they wrote, the new version is life-ruining. I mean, you can't change. We all learned that
LMNO.
song the same way, right? You want to hear it?
Yeah.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N
No! No!
P Q R
That's fucking bullshit.
Uh-uh.
Back that up, dude. Back that up.
No way.
Are you kidding me?
You
just pause.
F G H I J K L M N
Uh-uh.
O P
I mean, technically.
No!
R S T.
No! You're just waiting for that.
So uncomfortable.
JKLMNOP.
X,
Yeah.
That
Y,
is
Z.
bullshit. That's infuriating.
It does beg the question, why do we rush through Elemento?
I don't know. It's always kind of reminded me of the Professor and Mary Ann, that whole thing. You know, the way they do that, where it's like, wait, the Professor and Mary Ann. I don't know. There's just something like LMNOP. Like, it's awesome.
Well, how does Baba Black Sheep and Twinkle Twinkle end up if you do it by the same rhythm?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Up above the
Moon so bright.
world so high, like where does
Yeah.
it doesn't work rhythmically.
LMNOP.
Yeah.
How does Baba
do that.
Black Sheep?
Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full.
Yeah, I could not have sung that.
No?
No.
One for the master, one for the dame, one
No.
for the little girl who lives down the lane.
Do you know this song, E?
Oh my
I know
God!
it, but I
where
couldn't,
were you raised?
I couldn't sing it at this point. No.
No,
I
I
know
couldn't
it,
either.
but
I could barely
Lord.
do Twinkle Twinkle. I was struggling there. I was.
yeah, I couldn't have sang either.
Man. I'm not happy about this. E, do you have an opinion on the LMNOP?
It's stunning.
really.
It's
It's
stunning.
frankly stunning.
I mean, I think that if you think
The
about
nerve.
it, it's like. But if you think, but when I listen to it that way, I think like if this had been the way you'd heard it the whole life,
Did
that's
it
how
need
it'd
to be done?
No.
Well, no, of course.
But
not.
I think honestly, the problem is it puts the brakes on Baba Black Sheep as well as Twinkle Twinkle in a way that does not
What
work.
does that have to do with? But I mean, I know
It's
that's
the same tune, man.
no, but
Yeah.
you could. Well, this is this artist's take on the song.
No.
If you go to-
and
I
I
wanna
want to
It's
know.
Mozart. Didn't Mozart write this?
if you go to
Honest to God,
American
wasn't,
Idol-
wasn't this his earliest work? Twinkle Twinkle.
Really?
Yeah, Twinkle Twinkle. The tune for that, I think, is Mozart. Check
Wow.
me on that.
Well, I believe you, but it seems rather basic as far as
He
tune
was like
structure goes.
7.
All right.
He went on to great things.
He did. I've heard. I think it's just. I want to know who this fucking artist is that decided on his own.
No, it's bullshit.
That we're redoing the
Stunning.
LMNOP part of
You
the
talk about
alphabet song.
clickbait. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
he did for
I want to know who
Twinkle
he is,
Twinkle.
and I want him on the stand. I got some questions for you, pal.
How dare you?
I mean, yes,
It's Mozart.
LMNOP. You know, like I get it. You don't give them they kind of mash together.
That's
a
the
little
fun
bit.
of it.
Yes. Does anybody struggle outside past the age of 1?
Elemento was my favorite letter growing up.
Yes, I would agree. It still is. Outrageous. I don't likes it.
Hey everybody, get a 2-pack of My Pillows premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. It's the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV.
What?
This offer is only available at mypillow.com, and of course, you must use the promo code TDC for this discount.
Hey, we're watching that video of the BP gas station versus the Ford truck. Yeah. And boy, oh boy.
Clear winner.
Yeah, the truck just kicked its ass. We know who that dude is now. We knew that wouldn't take long.
Caught him, did they?
Yeah, Bill Edmonds, 24. And it is moronic what was going on. Usually it's someone that just goes careening through a light somewhere, jumps a curb. You can see him coming a mile away. No, this dickhead was in the parking lot trying to do 180 spins at 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. Nobody was hurt. Yeah.
Makes it 50 times worse.
I know, right? He said there were some, nobody was hurt in there, which is a miracle. But there was a bunch of broken liquor bottles that caught fire at one point. That was the worst
notion that you'd try doing donuts in a gas station parking lot. A gas station.
Yeah.
What else is in a gas station parking lot?
gas.
Yes, gas
Yeah.
tanks.
And those are flammable, right?
Isis?
Yeah, you're right.
The prosecutor's office charged Edmonds with reckless driving and failing to report an accident. I don't see anything about drunk driving in there. See? Took his license plate and fucking
Blood alcohol
skedaddled.
is right back to normal, isn't it?
It sure is. In the morning, he's like, "Eh."
Wait a minute, what were the charges?
Reckless driving, which is a big one. That's
Yeah.
a lot of points, but not
Reckless
spending the night in
driving
jail
and
from
then
that.
leaving an accident.
Failing to report an accident.
Seemed like those aren't even that big
In this
of charges.
instance, though, I bet they hit him so hard on reckless driving.
Right, for
you know?
sure.
What is that? 6 points? Take your license, maybe.
No.
I mean, no question. But I'm just saying it's funny when it's like in the end, like it's 2 charges. You know what I mean? And
He needs to shut his fucking mouth, though. Bill, shut up. He talked to the cops. He said he's a regular at the gas station, so it's like Ray down the street or something. He explained to police that he had been drinking prior to the crash.
Oh, Bill!
What
are you
Bill!
Bill!
No!
Jesus, Bill.
shut the fuck up.
Never ever put your lying guilty defendant on the stand.
An employee told police that Edmonds bought a beer, opened it, and then got in his truck in the moments
Bill.
before the crash.
Bill.
It's 2:30 in the morning. You're gonna open a beer, hop in your truck, and then do donuts in the parking lot. Bill, what do we think? And then you tell the cops, "Yeah, I was drinking before."
Why would you say
He
that?
said he wanted to speed around the gas pumps because his new tires spin easily, so you can light them up.
Good point, Bill.
He had no intention of crashing into the station or hurting anybody, though.
I didn't mean to.
He told police he was attempting to spin around 180 degrees.
Well, we didn't mean to.
Edmonds was arraigned and released, but has been instructed to never, and I mean never, return to the gas station. He must also
Oh, wow.
undergo drug and alcohol tests twice a week. Can we watch the video again? It's a dynamite video.
So he's just trying to pull a donut right here.
Yeah. Where does he come from? He's terrible at donuts.
He really is.
I mean, that was the worst attempt at a donut I've ever seen.
Turn the wheel, man.
You gotta fucking turn the wheel. How about a foot on the brake and then fucking punch it, dude?
I don't know if his new tires were as good as he thought they were.
Yeah, he must have been on a dirt road when he tried it before, and he's like, "Yeah, they're really good to spin it."
Yeah.
He was in a rainstorm.
Loose gravel.
For me, I personally just love like the idea of like pause. Like we're right there. Like
Does he
right
know
here,
he's
he's
fucked?
what's going on in his head?
Those
This
two people watching
Yeah.
from one car away. Yeah.
Just
oh
right.
My God. Oh my God.
This moment in time.
Everything's intact. Everything's
Everything's
perfect.
fine.
Like hypothetically, if like some magic happened and his car just stopped, he could like just kind of drive away.
And you know that there's some attendant in that gas station who's just straightened up all the chips.
No.
Sir, please, no.
That was, if that happened on my shift when I was working at the gas station,
Walk out the door.
I'd call 911. I'd wait for the cops, but I would be like,
Gone.
Yeah.
"Yep, last day is right now. Effectively not effective now."
What do you think they do with all the stuff that hit the floor? Do
I'll
they
toss
salvage
it.
what they can?
Depends. I think
There's a lot of that stuff going to waste.
Yes.
I mean, having a truck drive through bags of chips.
I don't know how
Can't-
gas. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't know how gas stations work. Like I know, like party stores. Party stores. There's a lot of people that own their own party store, and they're gonna fucking
Yeah, anything
wanna,
you can
like,
salvage, you
yeah.
salvage.
Yeah.
So I don't know with gas stations if it's just like a national thing where they probably just put it in some place and it gets written off and whatever.
Yeah, can we see it? Just a hot knife through fucking soft butter at this point.
Yeah.
This thing just carves right through that BP. I mean, here comes the worst donut attempt
He's so
ever.
lucky he doesn't hit this pole right here because that would have been on his side.
Yeah.
Or no, like yeah.
Come on with the worst donut attempt.
are
in
you,
the
Bill?
history.
Here he
there
comes.
you go, Bill. Oh, Jesus,
Bill.
Bill.
I mean, he just misses that.
I mean, I
pole.
guess I sense a minor turn to the left, just
Not
a little,
really. I
ease of
mean-
the steering wheel.
Well, I would hope he'd be turning at that point.
Back it up again. I mean,
Just the most minor.
like, has he ever attempted to do a donut before? Like, there's no way that was going to work.
And he just doesn't stop even when he's in there. He's just
I love when he goes in here, too, and when we get him inside, it's like,
There he goes,
oh, Bill.
yanking on the
Look what you've
license
done,
plate.
Bill. Oh man, I just got to get this and get out of here. So the counter's over to the right, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a nice looking gas
Is it,
station.
or is it to the left right here?
I think-
Oh,
isn't it
no,
the
you're
counter to
exactly
the
right.
right?
Yep. Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking too. Is like it was up in that corner where
Yeah.
Has to go to the knees. Has to go to
boy.
the
It's like, ah, fuck.
puffing and puffing.
This is so
Gotta make this
unnecessary,
happen.
Bill.
But there's logic there, that
You're right.
right? I mean, he's thinking like, okay, this happened. Now, how do I make it best?
Yeah, cover your face first off.
Oh, Bill.
I see. I don't think so.
No, it's worse.
They're gonna know.
I give him 1
exactly.
point. I give him 1 point for
well-
at least thinking that. Oh boy, there's consequences.
This could help take them a little longer. Maybe he doesn't have his registration. Maybe he knows that or something.
No,
or-
they're gonna check the VIN number. They'll be.
I understand. I understand.
guarantee
It's folly.
But he can't do all
There's
of that.
not a chance on earth that works, right? You know that, and Bill knows that. So what do we really do? Bill, just skedaddle. Just skedaddle. And by the way, don't tell the cops you were drinking before the accident. Let's start there. The license plate is an unnecessary step. It just is. You're not getting away with that because you took your license plate.
Plus, it's like you said, like he
I
found
just
it-
give him a point though for having like the thought process of, all right, this has happened now. How do I diabolical criminal mind click in now? What do I
Yeah.
do?
They
Well,
find him later too, and it's like, dude, he could have just said. You could have said something. Oh, the brake lines are.
It's stolen.
no,
wasn't me.
they'd check the brake
Well,
lines.
okay, not
and
the
see
brake
that
lines,
you're
but like,
full of shit.
like
how
he
many
could
lies
say,
do you want
like,
him to tell?
but he could say anything. He could say, I didn't mean to. I looked away for a second. My foot just got caught on the wheel. It was an accident.
I would have given him 5 points had he put the hoodie over, drawn
Yeah.
it tightly, skedaddled over his hood, and got the fuck out, and then
Yeah.
just claimed it was stolen.
Grabbed a thing of Pringles on the way out.
That's a
Yes.
good. That's another good point. Stolen.
Yeah.
No, they would have figured it out. It's just too hard to get away with this stuff now.
I bet those 2 people watching were his buddies.
You think? You think
I
he
mean,
was trying to
that's the
impress
problem.
them?
They said they saw him in there regularly. Apparently, he's a regular there.
Fucking Bill.
Well, it says it goes to his character. He's pulling shenanigans. Wool is being pulled when he takes that license plate. He's trying to trick the cops, and it's a stupid thing. You're not going to get away with it, Bill. It's not happening. It's not.
Yeah.
But he's trying to. It's not bad enough. He's doing donuts in a gas station. Is there a spot on earth worse to do donuts than a gas station parking lot? I would argue no.
Man. A nitroglycerin factory? A
Yeah, okay.
dynamite factory? A
Yeah, maybe a dynamite factory. I didn't think about that.
nuclear plant?
Yeah, it'd be pretty bad too.
Nuclear plant.
See?
Yes,
Say
I guess that would be a
Say
terrible
nuclear.
Nuclear. I say it right.
You got it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
It's one of the weird things I actually know how to say.
Wow, you get right off the top of your head, you came up with like 3 places that would absolutely be worse than a gas station.
Yeah, well, potentially, yeah.
Well, the plant though, he'd have to be at the core. Like
armory?
he can't just be driving
What
around.
about school playground during recess?
There you go. The blacktop area
I mean,
on a wet day. All right, kids, you can go outside. It's outside day, but only
outside
stay on the
day.
blacktop. Yeah, you're right.
and he's
That's
doing donuts in there, just whooping kids
a
around.
really bad spot.
I mean that's a terrible spot.
Ice
Some-
rink during hockey practice.
There's a lot of bad places to be doing donuts. To be fair.
During hockey practice is what makes that key because otherwise it's just silly. But yeah. So anyway, Bill. So I don't know how much trouble Bill Edmonds is going to get in for that, but
To the astronom file.
yeah, we're going to have to look up on him. Keep tabs on him, Easus.
Will do.
The flight attendant suing Southwest.
Yeah, it's Sky Waitress that wily Sky Waitress
Prude.
who walked in upon the pilot with the iPad showing a picture of a goddamn
Live stream.
hidden camera live streaming
And
from
think-
the bathroom.
By the way, think about this. The image that she probably saw was the guy that she just walked in to
Oh, yeah.
replace. Like
It's the pilot.
He's like, hey man,
It
watch
was.
for
That's
me."
what she saw in the streaming video was the pilot.
his dick.
Yeah, I don't know what she saw, but this story's getting weird. What? Because she's.
Oh, is it now?
Well, she's suing, right? She's suing the air. Like, what? What do you get for that? What is that worth? If you saw an iPad with this guy taking a whiz,
Unless she could prove that the airline knew it had been happening
It's a
already.
hostile work environment.
is that what it is? Is that
She's
the
probably
problem?
claiming.
She was. She claims she was ordered not to go public with the story, while the company has insisted the incident was nothing more than a bad joke.
Look,
They
listen.
don't elaborate on that.
In
though.
reality, this chick was probably a shitty Sky Waitress, right?
Yeah.
And everything, she goes down the line. She probably laughed with the pilots. The hidden camera thing. I love
Yeah.
it. I love that trick.
Yeah.
probably right down the line, all that. She turns out she gets punished in some way, demoted, fired, whatever, and then it's like, well, I was working in a hostile work environment,
Yeah.
and then all this gets dredged up.
So she filed this lawsuit in Arizona.
Sorry, that's cynical.
No. I mean, it makes sense. Otherwise,
cynical.
I don't know what, a grown woman, seeing 2 seconds of an adult male cock is worth. I mean, is that $1 million? But she's suing for the alleged act of voyeurism. When she raised the issue with Southwest at the time, she said one official told her, if this gets out, if this went public, no one, and I mean no one, will fly our plane.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
See, that's
I
what
mean,
her
it
complaint
seems like-
says, right? I can totally see that in a complaint.
Yeah.
A high-level executive at Southwest stated, quote,
I mean,
No
they
one
have
will
that.
ever fly our
and then
airline
everybody
again.
picks that up and writes their stories about it. It's like, holy shit, man, Southwest was really worried about this chick and what she found.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the
It is
commercials.
pretty bad, though.
They have the commercials where they have the heart, and it tells us.
Yeah,
that
what
if
about that?
If they, but that no one. I love that commercial. It says like no one can put a heart on a product and realize that doesn't mean something, and we do that so
Yeah.
it shows that you like.
What about that?
Yeah.
As if I'm walking onto the plane, I was like, you know what? They put a heart right on the fucking plane.
care about me.
They care.
do.
That's
No,
what
they
they say in
don't.
the commercial.
They care about profits.
They wouldn't put that heart there. They said
And the
that
pilots
shows us that
care
they
about
care.
live streaming bathrooms.
Sure.
Scat freaks.
Just have competitive pricing. You know what I mean?
I know.
Competitive pricing will make all of this
I
go
don't need a
away.
heart
up
on
the-
the side of your
No.
Right.
Boeing.
Keep up the no fee changes. That's great. I fucking love that.
Don't
Yep.
put a
Free
camera in the
bags,
bathrooms.
dude.
Can I
2 free
request
check
that?
bags.
I think that's fair. A fair request.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 check bag for
You get
free.
2 free check bags in Southwest.
Really?
Holy shit, he's
See,
Two.
competitive. That no one's gonna go. But there was that time some chick
Fuck
claims
no.
that there was a camera in the
If
bathroom.
I went to Delta and Delta was $500 for whatever flight I was doing, but I could guarantee the pilots weren't working at my dick. But I could go to Southwest and it was $200, but I get 2
Southwest,
check bags,
right?
dude.
All day long?
Yeah,
2
I'll walk
check
in the
bags.
fucking cockpit and just show 'em my dick. Like, here's what it looks like, guys. $300 saved.
Would you?
Yes.
Yeah, you probably would.
I wouldn't really
I
do
just
that.
wouldn't
but
go to
I'm
the
saying,
bathroom. I would just choose to not go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know.
That's the best option, obviously. I'm just saying though, if I had the choice, I don't really give a fuck that they were looking at dicks.
I'm kind of with you, E.
I mean, whatever. I
Yeah, I'd
guess.
save the $300 and let them see the dong.
Odds are they're not interested in either of your.
I know,
dogs.
that's the
You know what I
thing.
mean? Like they're hoping for one hot chick on that flight,
Right.
and probably more than likely the hot chicks are on Delta.
Right,
in
exactly.
first
I know,
class, you know what I mean?
the hot chick for Southwest. The Southwest hottie.
So yeah, Southwest firmly denies this chick's allegations and vowed to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. When the incident happened 2 years ago, we investigated the allegations and addressed the situation with the crew involved. We can confirm from our investigation that there was never a camera in the lavatory.
See, 2 years ago, this comes to light now. She's disgruntled. She got demoted. She got fired something. And now she's like, oh, yeah? Well, what about that time?
So they're saying there was never a camera in the lavatory. The incident was an inappropriate attempt at humor, which the company did not condone. The airline has not responded to requests for clarification about the inappropriate attempt at humor. Attorneys for both pilots have denied the pair live stream from the lavatory or violated airline policy in any way. So I don't know. Russell, the co-pilot Ryan Russell, advised plaintiff Renee Steinecker that there was a camera in the lavatory and that it was hidden so that no one would ever find it. Russell directed her not to tell anyone about the camera or the recordings because they were on the down low.
DL.
Yep.
So to speak.
Keep it on the DL.
Was DL cool to say 2 years ago?
Not.
Not. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, 2 years ago? I mean, no, probably not.
No, 15.
Yeah.
10.
Can
but
you say?
whatever.
Do
Yeah,
people
10
still
to
say like
15.
keep it on the DL?
I mean, I still say it, but I mean, more ironically, I would suppose. Like, I keep that shit on the DL. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to do that motion,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Keep that shit on the DL.
Keep that on the DL.
She reported the incident to the airline, but was reportedly told not to speak of it. Graham and Russell were permitted to continue on to their next flight, and currently are still flying with Southwest. So yeah, I want
More
to
the
know.
story.
David Steinecker, Renee's husband, and he also works for Southwest as a flight attendant. See, he's what is that called? The
Sky waiter.
Sky. Yeah. Claims they're the victims of retaliation after going to airline officials. They say the The airline engaged in a pattern of retaliation and monitoring efforts to silence and intimidate the couple. That doesn't sound very good. It sounds more Scientology-like, you know. They say they were stalked, faced an increase in performance audits, and were given random drug and alcohol testing.
Somebody got demoted and is suing now.
Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah, you think so?
Sounds like it.
You can sniff this out of my way. So, what the fuck did she see on the iPad
Yeah,
then?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? She claims she saw
Yeah,
live streaming.
yeah. Let's totally speculate. The company says, hey, it was a joking thing between the pilots or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, you know. One pilot goes in there like, check it out, I'm going to live stream the
yeah. It's a bad
total
joke.
speculation.
They're still flying.
Conjecture.
Yeah. Did you happen to read Mitch Albom's?
Nope, I don't give him the click.
I know. I try not to either, but I
The
think of him as
Halloween costume thing?
Yeah, yeah. And I think of him as such a soft, you know what I mean, dude, that I would think he'd be offended by everything. And even Mitch Albom has had enough.
Bell-bomb.
And so he's written about this and like breaks down what we're allowed to wear for Halloween and you know what we're not. More importantly, what we're not. There's almost no Halloween costume you can wear without offending somebody, being ridiculed on the internet, perhaps even losing your job. You might as well go in street clothes. He mentions The Office when Jim.
Yeah, Jim never liked
Two-hole
dressing up.
punch or something.
He went as he just put a name tag Dave on his shirt. Just went in street clothes. Don't believe me? Go online. Articles that used to pop up every October about great costume ideas for Halloween have been replaced by articles entitled "The 10 Most Offensive Halloween Costumes for 2019." There are warnings, scoldings, everything but whirring sirens to prevent you from donning an outfit that someone on the planet might not like. Dressing as anything is taboo. I don't agree with that. They do still sell these costumes, though. You can go buy Indian headdress or whatever.
See, I don't agree with that. I mean, I understand. Dude, things have gotten ridiculous. And I'm not someone, as we've already just said, I'm not going to be offended personally. But I don't agree with that. Like, I've actually recently, I think there was some Halloween parties on Facebook where it's like, oh, someone was having their Halloween party. And I specifically looked for costumes that people were wearing and that, in my opinion, would not be offensive. Or, I mean, I know anyone, I suppose, could find something. But I was like, I saw someone the other day, it was 3 girls, and they dressed, 3 blind mice. They dressed up as meese, and they had their kind of walking sticks, and they had their eyes, with sunglasses. I was like, that's fucking clever. That's not offensive.
To the blind, it is.
The disability
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Wow, but you're being...
Meese. I mean, there's all sorts of people.
Okay, well, I think like you're being...
Cane carriers.
Cane carriers be horrified.
I don't know. I think that again, I'm going to be honest. I think that you can do costumes if you
Yeah,
want
definitely.
to that are
And
not
there's
offensive.
definitely some that are just troll jobs. Like if you go at this point with an Indian headdress, dressing as a Native American with war paint and shit, it's like, all right, you're trying to troll this shit.
What if you're going as, the Indian Tonto or whatever? A specific Indian. Like, the one that Johnny Depp played horribly in that
Yeah.
movie, The Lone Ranger or whatever.
I mean, I guess you can do anything you want.
Didn't
I
he
just
have a
don't know
really
why-
unique look though? Didn't he have a crow on his head or some shit?
Yeah,
He wore like
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's more recognizable as you are Tonto.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, it's like when you have the choice of anything, and it's pretty clear people just are choosing to troll if they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna be an Indian, throw
Be
some
funny.
more paint on,
know,
go little black face, throw some Bob Marley dreads on. It's a bit of a troll job, you must admit.
Yeah, but I don't know. My thought is always like, if you're going to a Halloween party and it's an adult, party and everyone's dressing up, like, there's a lot of people that take that shit seriously and they want to be the one with the most clever outfit or the most.
So that's my
unique
point, though. It's like
outfit.
not clever at this point, right? Everybody knows throwing blackface on wouldn't be clever. It'd be a troll job.
Right.
Like, look, I can do whatever I want. I
Yeah.
can do whatever I want in this world. So, yeah, there's definitely some, more edgy things that you could do
Yeah.
that are more clever, which whatever. But to me, there's a category, and don't ask me to name them. I'd know them if I saw them. But where it's just total troll job. Stop.
Yeah. Anything race related, right?
Yeah.
Would fall into that category. Like, I don't know when last time you saw a fucking just straight up Indian costume. But I remember at Halloween USA last year. Remember we went there, we had to get some
think that-
ears for you a couple of years ago, whatever
Yeah,
it was.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, dude,
Yeah.
like full on
Yeah, they're there.
shit like that. So these are this is a list he says that experts have come up with. You should not even think about wearing. A handful are obvious. Holocaust victim. I don't even know
Yeah.
how you would.
Was that a thing that people were doing?
I don't know. I've never seen a Holocaust victim
That's
at a.
Holocaust.
Well, I guess if you were like in some sort of jumpsuit with like a Star of David, you know.
No, but he's
Yeah.
like, but it's funny
Shaved
because
head.
he's wording
Yeah.
it like you should not even think of. Like, were people
Yeah, I
thinking
guess
that was okay?
I didn't know this was an
like,
issue.
Was somebody out there like, you know what? I can't even wear a fucking Holocaust victim thing. to
Oh,
this
these are the
party?
album rules, though.
Okay.
These are the parameters.
Mass shooting victim.
Mass shooting
Okay.
victim.
Has anyone gone at Halloween as a mass shooting victim?
So what album
I
did here
guess.
is finally take a quote unquote stance against being a pussy, and now he's just used like the most like
Yeah.
like the okay
Vladimir
mass shoot-
Putin.
Okay.
Why can't you go as Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, really.
Why would you want to go as Vladimir Putin?
I know, but if you just
Yeah.
took your shirt off, and hopped up on a horse, you know what I mean? I don't see the problem with that one.
Well, Russia and Donald Trump, I guess.
Sure.
Ah, Trump, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Trump.
right, Donald Trump. Forgot about him.
A terrorist. Okay. Just as a terrorist? All right. The World Trade Center towers on fire.
He's just picking
is he-
things like
Who the fuck dressed as that?
He didn't take a stand at all. He didn't take a stand. Were these things
The most
like,
obnoxious things.
Others are a mark of the times. Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer, any of Kevin Spacey's characters.
You know, I think
It's
those are-
probably not a good idea to go as Trump or Nancy Pelosi.
You know why I think those would all be dumb? Like Matt Lauer would be dumb. Like I don't even care about the sexual assault necessarily, but like you're not gonna be able to do it good enough.
Yeah.
Like unless you look like
Yeah,
him.
people
like,
are like,
yeah.
who
like-
are you?
Right, unless you and you're not
You'd
gonna
have
have
to
a
have
mask.
an NBC on you somewhere. You know, how would you designate yourself as Matt Lauer?
I don't know.
bald
He's just
guy in a
standard bald
suit.
white guy, right?
So you
With
have
his
to
dick
just
hanging out of his pants.
right.
Yeah.
So then you what? Just tell people I'm Matt Lauer.
Wear a
Okay.
jersey with Lauer on the back.
Yeah. It'd be harder to do Weinstein, though.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Most people wouldn't even know what Weinstein looks like. Fat slob. Let's see. Dressing as anything you are not is taboo. And this is just good. It's Halloween's going to be here in just a couple
Anything
days.
you are not is taboo.
If you're white, you can't dress like an African American. If you're African American, you can't dress like an Indian. If you're Indian, don't pretend to be Latin American. If you're Latin American, don't dress as a Middle Easterner. I would say if I'm white, I shouldn't dress as a Middle Easterner, a black guy, an Indian at all.
If you're white, don't even engage in this. You're
We should,
screwed
yeah,
anyway.
we should just be in our houses with our lights off for this thing.
Apologizing profusely to
Right.
everyone about everything.
for Halloween.
If you're let's see. If you're Indian and you pretend to be Latin American, does anyone give a shit?
Indian to
It's only white. They should just say it's only
Just
white,
white
people, by
people.
the way.
Yeah.
You're right. They should not be like no one cares about what these other people dress up as. Like if you're an Asian, you can dress up as any fucking thing you want. No one's gonna say anything.
Yeah.
For the most part, I guess. I don't mean
Yeah, I agree. Don't dress Catholic. What? How do Catholics dress?
So they basically being
Their
don't dress
Sunday
like
best?
don't dress like
nun?
a yeah.
Oh, gross.
Don't dress Jewish.
Nuns freak me
How
out.
do Jewish dress?
Really cheap.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, is that the? What about the saucer on the head? The beanie.
I'm so sorry. That was so dumb.
Yeah, it was. Don't dress Muslim. A nun? Are you kidding? A rabbi? Even worse. A Hindu priest? Who are you to dress like a Hindu priest? Unless, of course, you are an actual Hindu priest.
Coincidentally, gentlemen, we have a little Proops running outside right now dressed up as something. What's she dressed up as? A little princess? She's running down the street right now.
She's collecting candies.
Is that acceptable?
I don't know. Is that a costume?
Putting aside that she's 5 days early, is that acceptable as a costume, Isis?
I can't even see it.
I think so. It looks to be a yellow skirt.
Yeah. She looks dressed up proper.
Yeah, where is
Little
she
bag
fucking
of something.
going? Where is she going and why?
A little early. Hey, you're a little early!
No one's gonna give you candy today. Nobody.
This is the worst trick-or-treating street in the history of trick-or-treating streets. Like
This is futile.
terrible. They walk by every day,
Yeah.
a couple times.
I
They're
have
just
seen
out
them
getting
before.
exercise.
Gotcha. There she goes.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
she goes. She's a
Just
cute.
running.
She's a cute.
Yeah, I'm just running down the street with my bag, practicing for Halloween.
Teenage boy was ahead of them, looking at his phone, of course. 2019.
Millennials.
Right, exactly.
The royal family, not cute.
Okay,
Royal
I agree.
family, what
I agree.
can you
Not
do?
cute.
Who?
I
who's
agree.
gonna
They
have an
suck
issue?
balls and all, but yeah,
Yeah.
why can't you?
Don't use childhood as a guide. Pretty much everything we wore as kids is on the no-no list. Cowboys, they destroyed life for Native Americans. Indians, already covered that. Hobo, are you kidding?
So he's saying this all tongue in cheek, right? What is his real conclusion here?
I don't know.
I don't think he's even right about that, by the way. I mean, people still dressed up as, like, ghost or referee. I mean, that's not a, you couldn't dress up as a ghost now.
Yeah, sure you can.
Well, he says everything that you dress up as a kid.
Well, he's
I was Batman.
Yeah.
I was Batman. As
You
a
were
kid.
Ghost a lot too.
I was a ghost. I was Batman. I was a hobo. You
Hobo.
can't do hobo anymore?
Fuck no. In fact, here's a tip on hobo costumes from Good Housekeeping last week. In reality, homelessness is a devastating circumstance that affects millions, including kids. There are so many other better costumes you can choose. So according to Good Housekeeping, hobo is a no.
What I got out of that is that Good Housekeeping is still around.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. We learned
What
that
does
Playboy
Better
sit
Home
around.
and Garden say?
This, what is it? What was some of the Boys Life?
Oh yeah,
Life magazine.
Some of those shit things. Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. So Mona from the Disney movie. Oops. Mona. Culture. It's
Angela.
Jonathan. Angela. Mona. Yeah. So Disney movie. Oops. That's a cultural stereotype. So was a Mexican mariachi singer, the chic Princess Jasmine. Anyone from Mulan. Don't even think about a pillow around your midsection. Weight issues are dynamite. How Halloween devolved into this point is a mystery. The issues seem to swell in recent years. The high-profile firestorms made everyone skittish. Chris Brown got in trouble for dressing like Osama bin Laden. Hillary Duff drew ire for dressing as a sexy pilgrim. Heidi Klum was ridiculed for a blue-skin
Yeah,
portrayal.
pilgrim. You can't dress as a pilgrim.
Fuck no. Of a Hindu goddess of destruction. So Heidi Klum got in trouble for that. And then the one he came to that we love this story. The professor at Yale. Remember who had to quit, and his wife and him had to leave the university. They were chased out of they were in their car in the parking lot and drove away. And that was in 2015. An associate master of Yale's college, Erica Christakis, dared to wonder if warning college students about offensive Halloween costumes wasn't going a bit too far in protecting them from anything that might prove the least bit uncomfortable. You'd have thought she locked the kids in the attic. She and her husband, who defended her email, were harassed, lambasted, and so fully shouted down by certain students that they both wound up resigning. Students actually demanded advance warning when she would be coming to the dining hall so they wouldn't have to be disturbed by the sight of her. Fuck. All this didn't involve an actual offensive costume, just the mere idea of one.
Yeah.
Not only are the costumes already listed offensive, but now the entire categories are dress at your own risk. Sexy used to be good, not anymore. The French maid outfit, short-skirted nurse, the Chippendales chaps, wear those and you're objectifying humans. You can't dress as certain founding fathers without someone objecting to their slave ownership. So good luck finding anything safe. Yeah, it's too bad, but there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
In some ways, although I don't know who's really complaining. I don't know what makes some of these stories hit the papers and others not. But I can't imagine.
Honestly, they probably just need 1 or 2 years. So the people that are on these internet sites, quote unquote, need 1 or 2 years. So
Yeah.
they search and they find one that somehow. You could just find hashtag. You could just scroll the hashtag like Twitter. Halloween on Twitter. You find one party where someone wears something offensive, and then you just make it up.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, I still find it hard to believe that if I dressed up as an Indian and just went to a party and walked around, that anybody would have a problem with it. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Blackface, I could see. If you went in blackface, for any reason, I could see people taking issue with it. Like, dude, what the fuck? It's just too big of a hot button issue. But do you think anyone would really give a shit if you went to a party dressed as a fucking Indian?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously, I can't.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Younger people would probably raise eyebrows, but you're not going to get beat up for it. Is
You don't
probably
know that
the reality.
for sure. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Anyway,
I just think a lot of those are total troll jobs at this point, and when there's a million to choose from, like just be generally nice. And if there's an easy way to avoid, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, if Native Americans, let's assume this is what they want. I know it's not them probably objecting to this. This is a bunch of white people at Yale objecting.
Right.
But let's assume They don't want people dressing up as them. Okay, it's the least I can do.
Yeah. What's left on the list, though? What can I dress up as?
Dude, I kept telling you, man. There's so many things.
Be
dude.
a wiggle. It's perfect.
I don't want to be a wiggle.
But you-
That's
but see-
fucking lame, dude.
But there's still. I
Like
will
what?
contend that
What
there's.
would you go as?
I mean, dude, you could go.
Character from any show. Pick a
Right.
show. Pick a cartoon. Pick a a Space Odyssey.
Blackish. I'm gonna pick a character.
Star
from the-
Trek or Star Wars. Pick anyone. I mean, there's
Yeah, that's.
the sky's the limit. Sticking with the star theme.
Yep.
I don't have them on the top of my head right now. What I can tell you, but I really believe there's hundreds
Be a
of things
minion
out there.
I mean, yeah, there's just a million.
What about those blow-up costumes you see?
I
They
thought
fill
it,
with
I just
air and
thought of the
stuff?
Minion because I saw one of those over the weekend. Those are great.
Yeah.
Little guy running around, big Minion, head
Really?
on. Yeah.
The blow-up ones with
Yeah,
the fan in it.
it's great.
I know. I saw it last year. I think I was in Arizona last year, and went with Marshall trick or treating. And
See one
all
of those
the
big
parents.
T-Rexes.
No, but someone was. That's
are
what I saw.
great.
Yeah, the blow-up dude, and he's running around. I was like, that's fucking awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Tandy dressed up as that all the time on Last Man on Earth, right?
I
Did he?
remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think there's a couple episodes of him running around. In
Oh
the
yeah, maybe you're
T-Rex
right.
outfit.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Now that I think about it.
Tandy.
Tandy, great show.
Fucking-
Fuck.
Yeah. Is it over?
Yeah, no, it didn't get renewed a couple years ago. Or a year
Did
and
they
a half
wrap
ago.
it up?
No, it sucked. It was like right on the edge
Yeah.
of getting really interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a show you have to wrap up.
I would love for a network to pick that up,
Right.
and just finish it. Just one more season.
Netflix or something. They've done that before.
Yeah.
Picked up one season. Anyway, do we have any email, Jay, at all?
We do. Let's see. Following up on the Cobra Kai issue, Mike.
Yep. Can I go as a Cobra Kai guy?
Yeah, you could be Johnny. Put him in a body bag, Johnny. That Johnny, right?
It's not cultural appropriation. I mean, I'm not into.
in a gi, wearing a gi.
Yeah, am I allowed to wear a gi?
Sure.
Yeah. People go to karate, classes. I mean,
You can be a Westerner in a gi.
Okay.
Fellas, Cobra Kai is legit, says Derek. Good story, half-hour episode, very easy to watch. Plus, Johnny kicks some ass. It's cool. I'm a little younger, 30 years old, but I've loved The Karate Kid for 20 years. I really enjoyed this series. I'll vouch for it and don't vouch for much, if I'm being honest. Peace, fags, Derek.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
It's a
the
pretty
second-
good endorsement.
Second guy endorsing Cobra Kai.
I thought, like him, that it looked like Johnny can kick ass, dude. He must have learned karate like for real, back as a kid.
Oh.
Because when those
Yeah, yeah.
fight scenes where he's fighting those dudes, unless that's totally a stunt double, it looked like him. He still looks like he could kick ass.
Let's just learn the basics, and then, you get the double in there for...
Man, you gonna take that from him? Looks like he can fucking throw down. I mean, he's a sensei. He's leading a class now.
It's true,
You better
he is
know
a
his
sensei.
shit.
Yeah. Yes, sensei.
Where's that airing again?
It's a YouTube TV original.
Okay, so we have it.
no, I don't
Well,
think you do.
YouTube TV
Yeah.
is different than YouTube.
Right. And you
YouTube
did.
TV
but-
is what I have, the
No,
subscription.
No, we pay for the
Just- you just-
subscription,
just
and
for-
that gives us
just-
their content.
just for ad free.
No,
YouTube.
that's not true, dude.
Okay, you look. Then
Well, then
I've
why am
done
I
it.
paying for YouTube TV if we're paying $7 for a YouTube ad-free subscription?
I don't know, but I watched. They've got their own programming. There's a movie about some rapper or something. Eminem was part of it or something, and I watched that through being able to watch the program. Now, I don't know if that's all of it. We can check.
I'm not sure.
but-
I guess you can check it out then.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get the sports stuff you get access to, Jay, without if you didn't.
Live TV?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get that on YouTube.
No,
Mike, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
very good. Let's call it a day. Hopefully, you guys are not stuck on my street for.
I know. I
next
wonder
couple hours.
what it'll take to get back to Telegraph Road.
Dude, I'm telling you, just punch it. When you get out, just punch it. And yell, later, fags, as you drive by the person. Just don't run them over.
Is there any way I can
it's-
go down here
No.
and through a side,
No.
up a driveway, and
Maybe if you
The
cut
dead
through
end.
Juan's
over a
backyard.
small knoll,
Well, I guess if you cut through someone's yard.
Yeah. Cut through Juan's yard.
back 40.
Yeah. He's got plenty of room. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, just don't run over the person with the stick. They double the fines.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
heard.
just if you're going to rip out of here and just blow by that sign lady, just don't hit her. That's all. So, all right, guys, good luck. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back again tomorrow, and hopefully you'll join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, Thank you, Detroit.